at the east trailhead of the Blue Ridge Tunnel. This tunnel was built in the 1850s and was in service for almost 100 years. A lot of history, and we're going to check it out. Let's go. This tunnel was the westernmost and the longest of 4 tunnels that were built by Claudius Crozet. It's 4,237 feet long, and at the time, it was the longest tunnel in the U.S. It's a little bit of a walk up here. It took 10 years to build it. The builders were 800 Irishmen and 40 slaves. And during the Civil War, Stonewall Jackson used it to move his troops back and forth. And it was a good way to get around quickly, I guess. It closed in 1944 and was reopened on September 21st of 2020 as a lineal park. This tunnel was built before dynamite, so they used chisels and black powder to carve through the mountains. Everything echoes in here. There were 189 recorded deaths during the building of this tunnel. The most notable death, though, was a young woman named Virginia Rancoli. She was 18. She was the daughter of Francesco Rancoli, who immigrated here in 1906. On August 10th of 1910, the family boarded the Chesapeake, Ohio train number 3 in Norfolk, heading for Ohio. And the train entered the tunnel sometime after midnight. And the thing about this tunnel is it's not very well ventilated, so you had to keep the windows up. The Rancolis were in a segregated car, and I guess most of the people in that car didn't actually speak English, so they didn't understand the conductor, so they didn't put the windows up. Smoke started coming into the car. The passengers woke up, thought the car was on fire, started breaking the windows trying to get out, just let more smoke in. The forward door was locked apparently, so there was a stampede to the rear door. Virginia was the first to get the rear door open, and she jumped from the car. Unfortunately, she was not in the last car on the train, so she died in the tunnel, crushed under the cars on the rails. That's her story. I'm sorry, Virginia. It's interesting, in the middle of all of this sort of rough rock, there's an arch of brick. Must be part of what they did to shore this tunnel up for people to walk through. So we've entered on the Afton side. I mean, it's all Afton. It's a mountain. The mountain's named Afton. But the light that you can see at the end of the tunnel is the Waynesboro side of the tunnel. I chose to come in on the Afton side because the access is better. It's very ADA compliant. You could get to this tunnel in a wheelchair if you had to. There's a nice, well-maintained path up to it. There's little signs along the path giving you information. There's a bench if you get tired. It's a neat place to come. So the general consensus is that this tunnel is haunted. I tell you what, you would have to be a pretty hardcore skeptic to dispute it. I'm not afraid of the dark, and I'm not claustrophobic, and I'm not afraid of being alone, but this place sends chills down your back just a little bit. So, visit respectfully. That hawk is the second raptor I've seen today. So, bald eagle, am I right over here?